Sir, what will the fate of Waqf Act recently passed?
My pleasant namaskarams or good mornings to each one of you. We know that recently in Parliament, Waqf Act is passed in Lok Sabha. Now, President has given assent. It has to go through political and judicial systems passing of it. People must accept it. But as per now it will be placed before Rajya Sabha, and then this act which is passed by the Lok Sabha will become a law which can be really executed. But as a rule of law, though the parliament members, some of them voiced in Lok Sabha, they also approached the Honorable Supreme Court and filed writ petitions. It also reported that more parties are set to follow the said procedure. One of the parliament member of Congress party already filed writ application, and in the interest of public, from Hyderabad also one of the MIM party has filed the same. If there is any violation of constitution, or if any rule or section is unconstitutional, definitely after the court hears and passes the final judgment, it will be known to one and all. So the independence of judiciary is really going to have a judicial review of all the rules sections after hearing the claims and contentions and various arguments of advocates and public interested petitions. It should also be considered that if such provisions or the whole bill is found to be against the constitution, then a procedure to amend the constitution also exists. Nobody can question the validity of such procedures being followed by the houses. Some parties have plans to take this issue as a propaganda or make it as a public fight. They want to take advantage of the conflict or different views about the same. It is a part of parliamentary proceedings that after the parliament passes the bills after lengthy discussion, then only the act will come into force for executing it. Nobody have moral right to do so, to disturb the peace amongst the citizens of the country. So, basing on passing of the act or structuring down of the act by the Supreme Court, the people should not think that the system is working on one side. The parliament represents the people's voice, but the Supreme Court as a whole considers the constitutionality of the validity of the act, whether it is made with any colorful intentions or not. What is the object to be achieved by promulgating the new act, and whether that object can be achieved through the procedure that is made part of it. There is no moral right to anybody to make an issue in the public and see that people fight for the issues. But peaceful protest may be there. These street protests must not lead into a big controversy and a physical fight among us the people. There are no political groups which are interested to maintain the public peace by even though it is against the interest of that particular political group. All political groups are interested definitely to promote their parties, but not for only for public peace. But some of the public interest persons who are interested in the public shall come forward and see that there is a dialogue amongst the political parties and the public interested persons and the innocent persons, and to see that without any uh, resorting to violence and fight, the issues will be saved. The present opposition should also remember that it too would face the same in case when it comes to power one day. So, the most unacceptable allegation is that from a senior party leader who found the bill passed by force has stated in a different way about the same. Parliamentary proceedings often have stories of disruptions and the passage of bills without debates, but this time it was not so. Both houses of parliament engaged in long debates, and there was also a vote in both houses on many occasions. No element of force was visible. So, in these circumstances, definitely the parliament has exercised its power to enact a law. Now, after lengthy discussion, since the bill is passed in the Lok Sabha and it goes to Rajya Sabha, we will have to see what will happen to it. But in the meanwhile, several parliamentarians, several public persons, as stated earlier, have filed writ petitions. Now, some of the lawyers made requests for urgent listing of Waqf Act, challenging to be placed before him in the afternoon. So, regarding this, the Honorable Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna said the court follows a system for examining the written requests either through emails or otherwise, and to list cases urgently, and that he will take a call and assign the cases to benches. So, after the uh, case is listed and allotted to a bench, then it will be known when the arguments will take place about this. Senior Advocate A.M. Singhi and Advocate Zulfikar Ali P.S. for Samsthana Kerala uh, Kerala Jamiyati Ulema and Advocate Nizam Pasha for Lok Sabha MP and AMA Chief also highlighted the urgent need for an early hearing by the court. The provisions of the law imposed, according to them, arbitrary restrictions on work properties and their management, thereby undermining the religious autonomy of the Muslim community. They say that the amendments undermine property rights protecting under Article 300A by explaining state control over work assets, limiting the ability of individuals to dedicate property for religious purposes and subjecting work properties to heightened scrutiny. The act goes against the Supreme Court judgment that transferring transferring control of religious property to secular authorities is an imprisonment of religious and property rights, they have contended. Now it has to be seen whether there is any arbitrary exercising of powers by any authority, or the procedure is legal or illegal as per the amended act. They have submitted that the provisions of the law discriminated against Muslims by imposing restrictions which were not part of the governance of the religious endowments. So, what was the governance of religious endowments and how the act is imposing restrictions? These have to be explained and will be considered by the court. According to them, the act violates Article 14, right to equality, which is a basic structure of the constitution. Muhammad Javed MP, represented by Advocate Anuj Tiwari, has argued the provisions he submitted introduce restrictions on the creation of works based on the duration of one's religious practice. According to him, Such a limitation was unfounded in Islamic law, custom, or precedent and infringes upon the fundamental right to protest and practice religion under Article 25. So, all these things will be considered by the court, particularly when there are political and religious and other conflicts, and whether such amendment is needed at this hour also is very important. It is to be seen that a BJP leader's house was set ablaze over post on Waqf bill in Manipur's Taubal, and prohibitory order is also imposed. So, such is the importance of the issue that AMPLB also moved Supreme Court challenging constitutional validity of new Waqf Act. AMP means the All India Muslim Personal Law Board. It has moved the Supreme Court against the constitutional validity of the Waqf Amendment Act 2025. So, in these circumstances, the bench comprising Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justice Sanjay Kumar and K. Viswanath agreed to consider the request for hearing it immediately. In those facts and circumstances, we can expect that there will be an early hearing of the matter. But most of them are pointing out the newly enacted law deprives Muslims of the fundamental rights. The selection of members of the Central Waqf Council and Waqf boards stand as stark proof of this deprivation. Additionally, they claim that the 5-year requirement for a Waqf, that is donor to be practicing Muslim, contradicts both the Indian legal framework and Article 14 and 25 of the Constitution as well as Islamic Shariat principles. The contenders of arbitrariness of the Act is contending the same. Describing a law discriminatory and inconsistent with Article 14 is a very serious contention. Unless and until the discrimination is shown and proved, it can't be struck down. In those facts and circumstances, we can expect from the Supreme Court to have early hearing and see that the judgment comes very soon. Otherwise, there is a likelihood of disturbances in the country, both on the streets and in the parliament and also at other places. So, in the interest of justice and to prevent injustice to be done to anybody and to prevent the deaths and violence, we expect an early answer to the issue. Thank you very much.